Rites of Ascension by C.V. Baroni. A collection of silly, fourth-wall-breaking, bite-sized skits explaining and expanding on the world of Rites of Ascension. Chapter 3. Ascension. Wings. Ugh. Now that we have that out of the way, Twilight slapped the pointer against the back wall, changing the image to what was on the chalkboard before. We can discuss the remaining two summits, Wings and Ethereal Mane. Rainbow? Right here, Twilight. Rainbow walked into the room, sitting down near Twilight and spreading her wings. Now then, as you can see, Rainbow here is a Pegasus, and her wings are the defining characteristic of Pegasi. As alicorns embody all three tribes, Ascendants eventually do get wings. I'm told, unlike the other summits, the wings form all at once. There's no slow growth to go through. Rainbow smirked. Heh, you're lucky. Pegasi don't generally get wings large enough to fly around until about the time they get their cutie mark. Except when they are very small foals, Twilight pointed out. Speaking of, I'm told most alicorns gain wings relatively large compared to their body size, in comparison to Pegasi. She turned back to the audience. At some point, we'll be going through wing types. Rainbow here has one of the more common types of Pegasi wings, and her wings are around the average size for her body. Rainbow shrugged. That's alright with me. Some of the more rare types are, like, too slim or too fat, and are good for one or two things at best. Most Wonderbolts have one of the more common types. Means we can do almost anything we need to fairly well right off the bat. Twilight nodded. This is true, although Celestia has one of the rare types that's supposed to excel in all areas. Rainbow smirked. Why, if you get that wing type, you're going to have every Pegasus stallion from here to Griffonia falling head over footlocks for you. Twilight's face blushed beet red once again. Rainbow, can't I finish one of these without ponies remarking on my sexuality? Rainbow's wings folded back against her sides. Hey, I didn't mean... Out! Out, 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 out! Twilight planted both forehooves on her, pushing her across the floor and out the door. Hey, wait! Okay, I'm going! Arrgh! Twilight stomped back into the center of the room. Next time, Ethereal Manes. Author's note. Yup, I'm going to be messing with Twilight and other ponies all through the story. Chapter 4. Ascension, Ethereal Manes. Okay, last summit. Finally. Twilight's eye twitched. Luna, would you come in here? The alicorn flew in on a gentle breeze, landing next to the Ascendant. Hello, every pony. How are you, Twilight? Stressed, but let's not get into that. If you could turn so they could see your mane and tail. Luna turned to the side to show off as much of her ethereal features, blowing in an unseen wind, as possible. Like this? Yes, just like that. Now, from what I've been told, the Ethereal Mane is the most variable of the summits. It can come in slow or all at once, but it has a tendency to show at least a few hints before it comes in for good. Luna nodded. Correct. I'm told Stellar Horizons appeared fully formed not longer after he began his ascendancy. Glacian, meanwhile, told me that his took centuries to reach its final state. On top of that, I'm also told that there's no way... that the way they look and behave can be quite different from alicorn to alicorn. There's no way to guess what it will be like until the summit is dominated. Didn't you say that one of the old alicorns had a mane of pure fire? Luna nodded again. Indeed I did. It was most impressive, I think. It was... Ah! Twilight held up her hooves. Not yet. That hasn't been revealed in the story. Oh, right. I apologize. Please, continue. Right. Twilight cleared her throat. Lately, I've just been letting my mane grow normally. I just haven't had time to trim it, though I really should at least get the bangs cut. I doubt that having it overgrown will make the summit come any faster. Luna grinned, a twinkle in her eye. Likely not. I suppose I should give you some time to get a mane cut at some point. Twilight glared at her. What? Luna raised a hoof to her chest, feigning innocence. I know that look, Luna. If I go get my mane cut now, it'll wind up dyed or shaved off or something. Nope. Not happening. Luna ran a hoof through her mane. Oh, Twilight, you should really know better by now. I don't need such an obvious setup to prank you. Twilight's ears pointed straight up at the sky, twitching. Out! 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 Oh my, nervous, are we? Twilight started to push her out the door. Not taking the chance! Out! Fine, I'll go. Luna jumped ahead of Twilight, taking back to the air and letting her fall over. But remember, I live in the castle too. With a great flap of her wings, she flew right out the door. Twilight sat up, leaning her head on a forehoof, and sighed. Next time, we can talk about cord weapons, or maybe wing type, possibly. I don't know. Depends on whether or not I can find guests who won't try to embarrass me. Author's note. Next time, honestly, no idea. That's why I left wiggle room. Depends on what strikes my muse when. This is the second time they've mentioned cord weapons, or cord weaponry. Those are certainly the same thing. They're not on this list. At no point do we discuss cord weaponry. I don't know what that is. I'm imagining it's a weapon with a core, and maybe that core is some kind of energy source. But beyond that, I have no idea. Maybe they're discussed in the story previous to when these were made, because these were made a little ahead of where we're at the story. But I decided they didn't seem to have any spoilers. I don't think the concept that there are cord weapons is a major spoiler. Maybe if we knew what those were, it would be a spoiler. Maybe it wouldn't. But we don't even know what they are. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. And I hope to see you again later with the next full chapter. Have a pleasant time, everyone. Goodbye.